Hello and welcome to Witchy Wednesday, the 15th of April. My name's Mark Abardi. It's great to be here. It's Witchy Wizardy Wednesday, so it's anything magical and creative from the void. We're having technical difficulties, so I've been unable to go live, but this is a recording and we're all recorded. My guests today are two musical masters and both very heartfelt creators. Jesse Thorne is a performer who brings comedy and entertainment to life, where he brings an essence of musical creativity and entertainment to educate as well. So it's an edutainment. There you go, edutainment. And then afterwards is Manose, who is a fantastic, very well-known flute player and a spiritual bodhisattva. It's me and you, Manose.
Oh, too bad. I thought we were going to be together. Why he has to leave?
Three ways are overrated, mate. Overrated.
Oh, why not, man? It's a threesome.
Yeah, exactly. But they're overrated. I like to get intimate with people before, and then later we can add another, you know? It's me and you, baby. It's me and you.
Dude, man. I thought he...
No, he's just been on for the last hour.
Okay, he's already on. All right, man.
Been on. Yeah. It wasn't just a like, here he
well,
is.
So tell me, how are you doing? How are you doing, man? How are you?
Everything's great. Everything's great. So we're recording at the moment. Obviously, I haven't been able to do the live. Something broke with it, but I'll put it on after we've finished. I'm up in San Rafael in North Bay, and you're in Santa Cruz Hills. Oh no, you're on the flatlands, Santa Cruz.
In the Santa Cruz, yeah, man, in the land.
How are you finding this time? So for people who don't know, Manose, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your background and then your foreground.
It's hard to tell about myself. Well, I am just a humble human being that kind of took this body in Kathmandu, Nepal 40 years ago, and
I couldn't remember whether you were Tibetan or Nepalese. So
yeah, well, I have Tibetan, Nepalese. I mean, I don't really put myself in a
good because I couldn't categorize you.
Yeah, I did have I grew up in a Tibetan town, so I have lots of Tibetan energy around me. Okay. Lots of my teachers actually Tibetan masters, the Rinpoche's Buddhist masters.
Right. So you grew up in the Himalayas?
I grew up in Kathmandu, yes. Kathmandu.
Okay. Tell us more.
Just more. Okay. I mean, I thought that's not enough, no? I don't know, man. I would like to know more about you than me. Actually,
come on. The people watching don't want to know about me. We'll catch up on me later.
All I can tell you about myself is by my music,
Okay, well,
that's all I.
Okay, so then, but you're a musician. You've acquired a wonderful skills in the music arts. What type of music?
What type of music? Can I play?
Absolutely.
Oh, great. So, I've been actually...
You want to just dive in and play without telling us anything about you? Why
not? Exactly, man. This is a wonderful instrument that actually this one I got this in Spain, but this is called charango. It comes from South America, like Andes, the mountain. This instrument really carries the spirit of Amazon and the Andes and that part of the world. Such a beautiful instrument.
Very interesting. Jesse was playing something just very similar. It's like a normal guitar. Cool. Normal guitar on a ukulele body, yeah.
Yeah. It's usually the flat is curved, and usually they put armadillo's body.
Right.
That's the traditional one. But this one, when we're down in Chile a couple of years ago, when I travel, I mean, I've been traveling all over the world for the last 20 years. So, and I try to pick up something locally, the small that I could carry with and bring home. So that's what it came with. And each instrument sort of inspire me to bring something, and it's like a teacher. like, you know, I do not see my instrument as, you know, just something I play. It actually plays me. And I have to really respect where it comes from and what's really the essence of it. And it comes through. So, you know, with this instrument, I have channeled couple very strong melodies, and which I have integrated with mantras. Mantras are this Sanskrit word that I grew up with in Nepal. Mantras, it comes from Vedic tradition, very ancient tradition from India. And this sound and syllables somehow carries the actual frequency of object or thoughts.
Of what? Of
Of,
thoughts?
of thoughts or objects, or, you know,
Objects.
or any, you know, like for example, if you wanted to say water, water in Sanskrit is jal, jal.
Jal. Jal.
So jal, somehow they say it's really carries, it means exactly what water in its DNA. Does it make sense? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
You're a doctor, man, you should know.
It's like an essence of the water embodied in the inclination, in the tonation of it. It's almost more mathematically similar, mathematically more descriptive than.
Yeah, you know, like
water.
in a scientific way, in a way, like, you know, if you know, like when the sound hits there is a
Cymatics, yeah,
exactly,
cymatics.
cymatics. You know, it's a proven theory, but also, like, if I put it in a very simply way, when thousands of years ago, when people in India, they were seeking for God, they just left everything, they renounced everything, went to the jungle. Yeah, for years and years, asking for the answer of life. And these mantras, these words are channeled through them, and they put into the script to activate the certain energy.
Mm. Mm.
You know, like when like in my tradition, when I grew up in Nepal, there is like, there's almost there is a different ceremony. You know, the ceremony for birth, ceremony for, you know, everything that, you know, you can see. There's almost everyday holiday in Kathmandu,
Right.
Nepal. And, you know, there's so many things going, which is great, because it just reminds you that you're so close to divine. You know, it's just giving you the look, actually, you are just namaste. Namaste is Sanskrit. What does it mean, namaste? I meet my God inside me greets the gods inside you, Avadi. I meet not just you, what I see on the screen, but the essence I'm talking right now. It really meets you there, which is beyond our duality. That's pretty amazing.
Beautiful.
That's pretty amazing. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? So that's, you know, that's I'm learning all this, you know, like I moved to States, I don't know, 20 years ago. And now I live in Santa Cruz, have a family, and been traveling with Deva and Nityan for the last 15 years, and discovering what really means, especially this time. We are so in the brink of almost our existence. We don't know what coming next. Nobody knows. But I think this, to realize, wow, we are indestructible. We are beautiful. We are plenty. And we are fully fulfilled and fully full of love, that we can give so much. This is the time. This is the time.
Are you feeling quite excited about this time?
I'm quite excited. Tell you the truth, you know, I feel very humble. You know, the humbleness of my existence has even shattered even more. My God, you know, like we have we live in so much ego, and of course ego also needed to run in this world, but the modern world teaches you to be so much ego after ego, after mask after mask after mask, and your pure love being that gentle little greatest thing ever just hides inside you. Yes. And it's the time now, you know. I feel even more humble. How can we, I mean, it's so amazing. There's something our enemy that we're talking about, we can't even see it. And you know, it's making the greatest country in the world, the greatest leader, in their knees. They couldn't do anything. So I think this is a fantastic time to, I think, wake up and reboot our essence, man. I'm so excited. I'm excited. I really hope we'll come through this, but I'm excited about it.
I've heard a lot of people, you know, I've been talking to quite a few people on these interviews, and a lot of people in the spiritual world who have been sharing light for a while are quite excited at this time. They are, and they're almost embarrassed at how blissfully they feel, about how, like, in appreciation they feel. Because there are a lot of people going through a lot of pain at the moment and suffering.
Of course, lots of suffering, man.
How can we help share the bliss with them? Share that excitement of the potential growth from the ashes.
You know, personally, I could not talk for others because they have their own pain and they have own difficulties. So I want to respect that. And for me, myself, if I talk to myself, this almost, I don't know, 1 month and a half being home, it made me realize that how important to be home. It made me realize how important to be present with family and also with yourself, and take a break in that rat race, you know?
Yeah.
Even though I have a wonderful life, I'm a very successful musician. I travel all the world and I've seen many, 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 many things. But just to be still and realize, wow, actually, the stillness, the essence of stillness, even though we are running like crazy to build that Empire State Building, that run, actually that has to come to that stillness. Even that crazy ambitious mind, at the end, they're looking for the peace inside, the essence of the real jewel, you know? So I realized, actually, this is actually such a big opportunity for me to, wow, to be home and just, you know, talk to my beautiful instrument that I haven't touched for many, many, many years. Be with my daughter, be present with her and see her grow. I see the flower blooming in my gardens, you know, and be with my beloved and with my mom. And it just makes me so humble, Mark, so humble.
Yeah.
So
because you were traveling so much, you spent a lot of time on the road before that.
I do about a 5 month out of a year, you know, which is, you know, five, which is a lot. It is. But you
that's
know,
not consistently 5 months. It's probably 3 months here and another 2 months here, and interspersed by 2 months or whatever.
5 to 6 months I travel.
Yeah. And so, you know, this is getting on to be one of the longest periods that you've been at home. Like,
yeah. I mean, it is like a bonus holiday for me, and and of course, and I don't go out much, but I have a exciting routine. You know, I do this meditation every day called 11-11, which is I just thought that I need to reach out to my community, and I do 11 minutes of this very profound mantra called Mahamrityunjaya. That's a very strong mantra to chant at this time. especially you have a physical, when you're having physical difficulties or you are leaving your body, this mantra will overcome the fear of death and fear of the illusion of a duality, you know.
And you do this every day at 11 online?
Every day at 11 online, every day. This is my 25th day I've done it. So
Great.
my plan is just keep going until the whole world is just enlightened. I don't know. That would be in the 2000 years.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, I mean, may I just play a little that mantra for you and your audience?
Absolutely. Yes, please.
So it's my instrument here. So I was telling you about charango. Now I have something very beautiful. It's called kalimba.
Kalimba.
It comes from Africa. Africa, and this special one, this comes from actually they made I think in Germany, and some gentleman also gifted me. So and I wrote this mantra. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva vandanam mrityo mokshamamrita mrityo mokshamamrita. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva vandanam mrityo mokshamamrita mrityo mokshamamrita. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva vandanam mrityor mokshamamrita mrityor mokshamamrita. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva vandanam mrityo mokshamamrita mrityo mokshamamrita.
Beautiful. What does the mantra mean?
What does the mantra mean? What this mantra says?
That mantra. What does it say?
That mantra. Okay. So Trayambakam. You know, let me explain it to you a little bit about the essence of Vedic culture here. My understanding is what I've learned. I'm not a scholar, but how I grew up is there's a three aspect of life. When we are coming into this body, there's a three essence of life. How it is, there's a Brahma, who is a creator. Brahma is entire existence from your thought to the biggest star that exists, Brahma.
Okay.
Vishnu, the second is Vishnu. They call it Narayan too. Narayana. Narayana is the preserver. So when something gonna start and uplift and fulfilled, Narayana has to be present, because Narayana makes it balanced. Like, for example, you are a healthy man. You are a healthy man. Right now, you are a healthy man. And yes, Narayana is totally blessed. You means everything running properly. Your every chakra is aligned, physically, spiritually, mentally. Narayan.
Narayan.
Yes, Narayan.
I accept.
And the last one comes Shiva, the Maheshwar,
Shiva.
the transformer. Every breath, like everything has to born, has to, they just live for a while and they have to die. Nothing, there's always the dance of a yin yang in our existence. So when Shiva comes, it's a transformation. It's not a death. For this mortal body, yes, we fear death, but nothing. But for just with the essence inside us is immortal. That's mantra reminds us to unveil us from the illusion of this samsara. Trayambakam. Hey, three-eyed Lord. Trayambakam. Trayambakam. Three-eyed.
Trayambakam.
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 Trayambakam. That means, the past, present, and future.
You're right. I mean, this trilogy seems to be throughout all cultures, everywhere. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, the yin, the yang, the bit in the middle, the ida, the pingala, and then this Jed energy in the center. So, hey, it says, hey, three-eyed Lord. Is that the start of the mantra?
Lord. Hey, three-eyed Lord. Triyambakam yazam. I honor you. I recognize you. I bow to you. I surrender to you. I invite you. How do you invite that so big? How can we invite so?
And it includes you that's inviting it as well.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Which is where it becomes weird, because it's not like, hey, come into my house. It's like, I'm already in your house.
Totally. Just recognizing you are already there. It's just there's no word to explain it. So I'll do my best. But hey, three-eyed Lord. Sugandim. There is aroma of this transformation in the air. That's blankets entire samsara, the existence. It's a blanket and makes us protected. The Shiva. It's holding us. Without Shiva, there is no Brahma again. There is no Narayana again. It has to go through that. But the process, you have to walk through that door, man. You have to walk through that door to have a transformation. So it's saying, three-eyed Lord, I bow to you with your amazing essence, your aroma, which hold us to Trayambakam Yazami Sugandim Pusti Vardhanam Urva. It's interesting that it talks about fruit also. That it talks about the cucumber. This is probably interesting one, because it talks about this fruit that it's attached into its vine, no?
Sure.
Kripa. And when the time is ripe, fruit will fall without, with the fruit, it will just automatically, without any hesitance, it will just fall in the ground, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's talking about the time of the death. It's reminding the person who is leaving their body, reminding to be with the bigger essence, and when it's time to come, to let go to the bigger picture.
Yes, I like it.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, how? I mean, it's you know, it's such an amazing. I mean, I'm maybe not doing justify to what I'm explaining, but
Explain it very well.
it's so it has so much wisdom and so much depth hidden into it. And so they chant this while people are, you know, if you're having trouble with your health, you have something going on. Right now, it's pandemic going on. This is the mantra you should chant every day. This is the mantra you should chant. And, you know, this is great, man.
And it seems to be a big element of this. I mean, you mentioned the middle one, Narayana.
Narayana. There's in Devanagari, in Sanskrit, there's a different kind of na. It's a na is like straight na, and there's another one na. Na is like the curled tongue na. Na Narayana.
Narayana. Okay, so that one is like the holder, the everything. It's sort of the acceptor, right? Like the womb, the cosmic womb.
Yes.
And we were just talking about with Jesse about the notion of that he practices to singing bowls, and that he sings to singing bowls because when you have a repeated sound that's going on, whether it's a mantra or drones from a harmonium, which you of course work a lot with because of your work with Deva and Nitan, but this notion that drone, that repeated sound is almost like that Narayana, that womb that holds you, the sort of consistency of the everything. And that maybe we're reproducing. What do you think about music as like a sacred music, as like a reproduction of the Upanishads, of the divine Trinity, the trilogy of life?
You know, I mean, if again, it's if you look at it, I mean, at the end, everything is same. I mean, everything comes from a one source. You agree with that, no? Everything comes from one source.
Yeah.
And there is a very interesting mantra in Sanskrit that just says Nada Brahma. You should write down. That's a really
Nada Brahma.
Nada Brahma. It's a very beautiful nad, and it's one of the essence of the music. Whole music which comes from the Vedic culture. Nada means sound. Brahma means the creator.
The sound of the creator.
Sound of the Nada Brahma. So everything. Yeah, so everything comes from this sound, which is called a nad. When you're talking about the drone, yes, even that's a simple drone. If you can go inside that drone, it's everything. It's everything. You know, when I was studying music, I had to tune this drone instrument called tambura for long time. You know, just for hours and hours. How can you tune this micro wave, you know, and you will start to feel those notes once you're in that space. So yeah, man, it's a Narayana right there, Nada Brahma.
You know, last time we were together, we played music with Uncle Mihai, and
Yes.
and that was a fantastic experience. And I had one of my few sort of samadhi experiences while playing music. And you know, I'm wondering if music is one of those spiritual practices which is somehow overlooked in the majority of the cases for its power of spiritual unification, of stimulation to what do you think it is about music that's so special? Like, why is it any different from just talking about, like, oh God, I'm really humble to you, thank you, really appreciate it? I mean, without the sarcastic tone, of course, of my voice, but I mean, what's so magical about music? What do you think it does that's so special?
Wow, it's a good question, man. Well, it's music, works on a resonance. And scientifically, it's, resonance has such a big space everywhere. And for me, what I've studied through my practice, which I've studied, my music never been for entertainment. I never played my music to please anybody. Growing up in Nepal, Kathmandu, in this paddy fields, in the temples, I offered my music always to the temple or Buddhist stupa or nature. That's all I did. Or myself. I never played my music to impress anybody. And I later, I found that music that I studied, actually, it was to invoke the energy. There is a scale you can play and it'll bring you rain. There's a scale you can play, it'll bring you fire. There's a scale you can play, it can bring you wealth, and in certain degree, maybe it does. But what does wealth mean to you? What does fire mean to you? What does rain mean to you in a cosmic level? And the modern world, this is the Kali Yuga, and everything is ruled by TV culture and pop culture, and every child taught to be a American Idol. So I don't know, man. And we have lost our devotion. We have lost our Hanuman. We have lost our respect for our elders. We have lost our respect for our earth. We have lost everything, man. And music is one of the power that still overcomes all the barriers that politicians try to make.
Right.
Even though they try to manipulate it, music is such a big power. It's a totally mass control. You can go to the rock concert and pop concert, thousands of people going crazy. How could you make these people to pay hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars and go jump like a monkey and get it drunk and come home and feel headache that next day?
So,
my point is, music is a big power, and you just have to know how to nurture you, how to nurture you, how to bring it out to the world that its benefits in the bigger picture and bigger plate, not just benefits your bank account.
Right. There seems to be a revelation with music. It seems to have a power to align us to something in the now, in the presence. There is like a momentary, and musicians call it, when they get into the flow and stuff. Have you noticed like that there's differences in your playing, which is like your devotion practice? Do you find that it changes with obviously how you feel before you go into the devotion, the practice, but do you feel that, like, if you are feeling grief or feeling strong emotions, how does that affect your playing? Do you find that it makes it better or worse or what?
Well, you know, there's the music. There's a music that you can sing for your lover. There's a music you can sing to your politicians. There's music you can sing to your neighbor. There's a music you can sing to God.
Mm.
You know, the music can direct anywhere. These are all emotional music. It has a lyrics, you know, it says, I love you, I want to, you know, you left me or whatever. You know, it makes you feel okay, this. But I valued the music now more into the mantra music. Why? Because it transcends the emotion in a way. Because even though we try to explain it, it's very it's hard to explain it. It's impossible to explain it. You know, it's almost like gibberish.
Right.
And many of the Westerners have no idea what it is. But in that magic of not knowing, your brain get a rest.
Mm. Do you think there's a certain advantage for not knowing what the translation of a mantra
man,
is?
that's not knowing is the key of the success, man.
Wow.
I totally, for me, that's how I work, man. For me, and of course, I mean, you need to know something, but the moment you are creative, you have to forget everything.
Right.
That's what I think. That's where I get, you know, when I play sometime, I've been playing this flute for 30 years, man. 30 years of constant sadhana, constant practice. And once in a while, there is grace come through. And when it comes through, you don't need to play. It just flows. And you just keep smiling. You just smile. There you're having conversation with direct link there. Remember, I tell you. And once in a while, man. And it's a gift. It's really a gift. It's really a gift. And each individual have a potential to have that gift. But we are so busy. We are so busy.
Do you think if everyone played a musical instrument, we would have no war?
Everyone plays a music. That's the world gonna be a very noisy place.
But do you think it's a good thing? I mean, because it sounds like that, and it feels like for me as a very amateur musician, I've had brief moments of samadhi in playing, where I have just been shocked at the divine revealing itself in the music, which is, you know, I mean, through me in the music, rather than me sitting and meditating and listening to sacred music and having a divine experience. Okay, but when I am contributing to the music and having a samadhi experience, there is something magical happening there. There's something differs in it to a meditation experience. And I'm wondering if that empowerment that happened in playing the music and connecting in with source through the flow of creation, if that empowerment maybe can help the world in some way.
Totally. You know, there's, again, it's using the music as a tool to amplify the silence.
Ooh, that was good. All right, yeah, carry on.
That's what I'm talking about. You use music. Doesn't have to use music, and again, it doesn't have to be music that you bang into or you blow into or you string into. No, music is always here.
Right.
Music is always here. Listen to the wind. Have you ever heard the music of wind? Have you heard the rhythm of the waves? There is a perfect harmony, perfect rhythm going on right in front of you every moment. You just have to join with it.
Right.
You just have to join with it, man. I tell you.
How do people do that? Because there are people going to be listening who have no idea what we're talking about. but they're like, that fucking sounds great. I want to join with the music of nature.
Yeah. Yes.
How do they do it?
How deep you can listen.
And what about getting out of your own way somewhere? Does that have to happen? Because you know, when people hear the advice, like how deep can you listen? It's like, all right, I'm gonna really listen. And it's like they don't realize that the depth isn't necessarily the effort. Like, could you say something about depth versus effort?
Well,
Like, how much effort does depth take?
yeah, the listen to hear and listen is two. I mean, you know that.
You went a bit silent. You went a bit quiet, Manose.
Okay, so check. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You know, like of course, you know how deep you can listen. It doesn't mean listening can be for. I'm talking my experience.
Of course.
It's
We want your experience. We want it. Give us your experience.
You know, most of my music I learned by just listening. And when you're in a deep, profound listening, it's not listened by your ear, but your entire DNA. And I used to listen, I mean, I still do when I can. So things I used to play, for example, I used to practice like 14 hours a day. Let's try and practice. I'm trying to get some phrase that impossible to play, you know, but I would listen to that phrase like my mantra 24 hours in my psyche. Going. I'm so obsessed, almost like possessed. Next day, it's just in my finger. I'm surprised. How could I play? So that's intensity of urgency of having it. You can get this. You can get it. You can get it. The things, but I'm talking about the listening for, especially now. How can you listen to the sound of a wind? How can you listen to the sound of a wave? And how can I join? I would say, you know, bring a drum to the, if you have a creek or the beach nearby, and listen to the waves or a stream, and wait until the stream or the ocean tells you to play. Can you hear that voice that tells you now you can go? I want you to listen that voice.
And it would be okay to listen without playing anything.
Exactly.
I think maybe that's the invitation. Like maybe that's what one has to expect.
Exactly. That's, you know, just that's the end. You are joining them to amplify the silence within you.
Amplify the silence is beautifully put, Manose. As you turn me up, it's beautifully put to amplify the silence. I think there's magic there. Where were we?
Oh, we were about to amplify our silence, man.
Amplify the silence. Actually, I think I asked you if you felt that percussion was a good starting point for people to start to tune into the silence.
Yeah, man, percussion is good. The best, I mean, of course, your voice is always there with you. That's, you know, so humming Om sound is Om. Why Om? That's why the Om is such a great way to start. Om, Om. So you also, you know, like gives you the Inhale, exhale, whole pranayamas can happen.
Yum, yum, yum.
Dude, man. Try again. One more time. There's ah,
Ah, ah, ah,
or
ah,
Exactly.
like eating nature.
Eating nature. Almost like that, yeah. And it's really important to have that resonance in your
Yeah, it's like an that's not in your mouth, right? It's in your chest.
So that's so it's with you there. You can always use your voice,
Yeah.
and that's kind of easy to access and be there. Just looking at your breath and using your sound, and that's I would recommend that. If you don't have any drums or
Right.
guitars.
Yeah. But of course, I mean, you can always hit your body. And so this notion of discovering the silence, how helpful is it?
Sorry, would you repeat that again?
Because it went into silence.
Yeah.
This notion of discovering the silence of nature, of the universe, how helpful is it?
How it is helpful?
Yeah. Why would anyone do it?
Interesting question. Well, it's like you're asking a thirsty man why to drink water.
But they don't. People don't necessarily know it's water.
Well, why? I mean, the when it's. I guess people maybe don't know. People are confused. I mean, well, this one is simple. How can I make it very?
Because they're drinking Coca-Cola all the time, and they're like, I've got Coke. I'm fine.
Yeah, I understand. That's what I'm saying. This world is run by corporations and profitable merchandise. So you are part of it, and of course you're gonna have a hard time if you don't get that Coke because you grew up drinking that Coke. But again, it's what I'm telling you is just offering, and it's my own experience, and I'm not telling that people should do that and they'll feel better. It's my experience that helped me, and it's invitation. It's invitation, and it's not a. I'm not trying to convince anybody.
Yeah.
so
No,
it's up to you, man.
That's always a failing point. There's no point to try and convince people about spiritual realizations within self. It's obviously a pointless endeavor. But the invitation, it's like the invitation to be curious, right?
Yes, exactly. It's an invitation. And again, it's a time, what you're doing right now, it's an invitation because you want to help your community. Hey, you want to reach out. You want to feel loved. You want to feel held. You want to make sure that some ways what you do contributes to somebody's hard day, man. There's people out there, thousands of people sleeping under the no roof. They're sleeping under the bridge. There's thousands of people. There's no food. There's thousands of people who's dying with there's no basic care, and I mean, it's everything's right here. So And we do what we can, man. We do what we can. And you doing your part, I'm doing my part. And let's hope that things will get better.
Mm. Mm. Oh, wonderful. Well, Manose, thanks for joining us. It's always such a pleasure to be in your presence. And
brother, you are my brother. You're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job. I really honor being with you myself. But can I play a last song before I go?
Absolutely, please.
This is for Shiva, my friend. Shiva Shiva Shambho, Shiva Shiva Shambho, Shiva Shiva Shambho, Shiva Shiva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, Shiva Shiva Shambho, Shiva Shiva Shambho, Shiva Shiva Shambho, Shiva Shiva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, Shiva Shiva Shambho, Shiva Shiva Shambho. Namaste, my friend.
So lovely. And it's like, you know, I'm there and I'm starting to clap along, and then the technology filters and fades, and then I'm out of beat with your song, and then it's like, oh, I'm out. That's the difficulty of
it doesn't matter. We are all in rhythm.
Right.
No matter what.
Right. We're all in rhythm no matter what. I like that. What are you doing? We know about your 11:11 stuff. What else are you doing? Are you teaching one-to-one? Are you seeing anyone online?
No, that's it. I think 11:11. I'm just being home and just being grounded. This is my thing. Social distancing.
I love that. Social distancing and social. It's physical distancing, social closening.
Exactly.
I love that you've got your family unit there, and this for me is like this whole event is like a gift for you, because it gives you time to sit with the family and not have to plan the next like outing, like
That's
not
right.
be busy with you're traveling around sharing grace, which you do so beautifully. I'm very happy that you have got the time to be with your family and be in grace with your family.
Hey, thanks, man. And you're my family, so anytime you need anything, just let me know.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Okay, Manose 11:11s, that would be great to go to. That is the end of our show. As my dad continuously tells me, I have to tell you about my book, Evolve, which matches my outfit today. Book Evolve.
I know that book.
Golden ratio there, which is the mathematical harmonics of music. Thanks to my guest, Jesse Thom, and Manose. Be sure to check out both of them online. See Manose's 11:11 every day, his mantra work. Find your own courage to go into the sounds of silence and amplify them with your own offering, your gracious offering. That is the magic of Witchy Wizardy Wednesday. So thank you for joining us. Logging off. See you all tomorrow. What? The bells are ringing. Much love.